am not donating to this museum.
Green Lantern, I have the Flash. Your 4 escaped criminals. They led me right to him. No, not a threat at all. Still, let their corpses strike fear into those who'd resist. Alive. Of course, Brainiac. We're ready for phase.
Well, he did. Or at least Brainiac. Is that a word? It is now.
Hey, boss. Bad news. We found evil Batman. He murdered a bunch of guys and kidnapped Flash, which I guess is the other bad news.
Batman has also trapped us.
I want you back at the Hall of Justice. Go to the other exit and wait for support. While they're out.
The strongman Bane was secretly imprisoned and experimented on in Arkham's depths to create a powerful new strength serum, Titan.
Oh, fun.
Serial killer Victor Zsasz was let loose on the island, claiming several more lives that night, marked indelibly on his skin.
Oh, that's the amount of people he's murdered? Oh, damn, bro. Okay.
As a last resort, Joker used his own experimental Titan mixture. The super serum warped his body to match his twisted mind. But it wasn't enough to defeat Batman.
His bones are outside of his skin. Is that correct?
Okay. Didn't read that article, issue, whatever.
Harley Quinn, once a promising young psychiatrist, she returned to the
Oh, wait a
asylum
second,
to
that was in the game.
terrorize it as
Is that in the game?
Joker's sidekick.
I think the domino mask is a good touch.
Oh, wow, dude. I just realized, I think it's been long enough for me playing those games to, like, play them again. Oh, God. I'd completely forgotten about that. Yeah, it's the same universe as the Arkham games, right? Oh, man, dude. Cool. Oh. Ew. Is there more of these? Oh, dude, those games are fantastic. Yeah, especially for their time. Those games could come out today and still be pretty great. Oh, God. That, bro, what have you done? Jeez.
Following the fall of the asylum, Gotham's Skid Rows were turned into the super prison, Arkham City. An urban hell, where the only rules were made by the villain ringleaders and their gangs. I know, I was on the ground, and so was Batman.
The only way to get by in this place is to get ourselves some respect.
Fear! That's how we get respect. Show them all how we do things.
Ah, you know, if you pick the right side and then piss off the boss, you were set. At least, till the bat showed up anyway.
Bring out the defendant!
You certainly know how to keep a girl hanging, Harv.
Court is in session.
Grab him and cut him in two!
Batman cleaned out Arkham City. Two-Face, Penguin, Ra's al Ghul, even the Joker. Batman's nemesis died poisoned by his own chemical compound. A tragic irony.
Oh.
Batman and Joker's rivalry finally ended in Arkham City. I don't doubt Batman would have saved the maniac if he could, but the Titan poison ensured this was Joker's last laugh.
That is the way to expire, in the arms of a superhero.
Okay.
Solomon Grundy wasn't just a nursery rhyme. Penguin discovered this legendary monster under the Iceberg Lounge and put him to use as rancid, undead muscle.
Ooh, fun. I love... That's like my favorite type of muscle.
Basil Carlo, Clayface, worked for Joker, impersonating the criminal mastermind who hid behind the scenes. Quite the performance. And his last.
And his last.
Jarvis Tetch, the Mad Hatter, a real head case. A hypnotist fixated on fantasies. The only thing he sought more than his Alice was to control Batman.
Yo, Mr. Freeze!
Victor Freeze, this brilliant but cold scientist, would do anything to protect his wife Nora, whether that meant opposing or aiding Batman.
Oh, hey, girl.
Talia al Ghul, once second in command of the League of Assassins. Sadly, the spark between her and Batman was extinguished at Joker's last stand, along with her life.
Ooh, got him.
Professional killer Deadshot was hired to assassinate several VIP targets, like myself, and Bruce Wayne and Batman. Close calls with death that night. Professional killer Deadshot was hired to assassinate several VIP targets, like myself, and Bruce Wayne and Batman. Close calls with death that night.
I am not done with this phony steampunk-ass looking dude.
Ha!
Ra's al Ghul, head of the League of Assassins, was obsessed with making Batman his successor. But Al Ghul underestimated Batman, and it would be his downfall. Professor Hugo Strange was the madman pulling the strings behind Arkham City. Intending to destroy the prison and its inhabitants, he instead died within its walls.
Okay. Back to Shark Boy. Yeah, I know a lot of these guys because I used to, like, way back in the day, I used to love the animated Batman show. A lot of these guys were in there. So I know a lot of them, but I don't know much of their lore at all.
The city's darkest hour was yet to come. Gathering Batman's remaining foes into an unholy alliance, the crazed Scarecrow plunged Gotham into a waking nightmare.
Welcome to Gotham, the city of fear. You thought me gone, didn't you, Batman? Lost in the waters beneath Arkham. But like all submerged, forgotten fears, eventually I returned. My fire crew was trapped, but we owe Batman our lives. He just kept pushing himself past the limit.
Batman turned back the tide of fear, reclaimed the city. But at what cost?
At what cost?
In defeating Scarecrow, his identity was revealed to the world.
Oh, man. Oh.
Laszlo Valentine is one sick individual.
Yeah.
A freakish surgeon whose idea of making his patients better was changing them into featureless dolls.
Whoa. Got a weird Sander Cohen vibe going on there. I like it.
Who was the Arkham Knight? The mysterious figure seemed to aid Scarecrow, but vanished after his defeat. I believe his methods were very similar to the vigilante, Red Hood. The pyromaniac Garfield Lynns thought he could indulge in the chaos, striking not just Gotham's buildings, but the fire departments protecting them.
It's fair. It's fair.
In the end, Ivy was more plant than person, yet she chose to help the people of Gotham. She sacrificed herself to neutralize Scarecrow's toxin clouds with plant life.
Wow.
Bruce Wayne's apparent death sent shockwaves through Gotham City. It seemed unbelievable. Impossible. Batman's legacy would live on in many ways, including persistent underworld rumors of an even more fearsome vigilante.
The Demon Bat, terror of Gotham's criminals. But let me ask you, would the events you've witnessed not drive any man to a place of darkness? In the end, Ivy was more plant than person.
God, that
She
face.
chose to help the people of Gotham. She sacrificed herself to neutralize Scarecrow's toxin clouds with plant life.
Oh, Red. Why'd you have to sacrifice yourself for the greater good?
You know, they really should have made it so the characters commented on this stuff if they had something to say, even if they weren't your active character. I don't, it feels kind of weird having to like go through and do them all and then like switch characters and do them all again if you want to like hear all the lore. I don't think I've heard two characters speak at the same time yet, so about the same event. I don't know. Would have been cool. I'm actually digging the lore. The lore's kind
I
of awesome.
personally investigated Deacon Blackfire, a cult leader who thought human blood made him immortal. Crazy, of course,
Wait.
but he still tried to sacrifice me.
It doesn't? But I've been... Uh-oh.
Slade Wilson, the super soldier known as Deathstroke, came to Gotham that night leading a whole militia. But his vendetta was with one man, Batman.
Hey-o. I like it.
Arms dealer, gang leader, the sadistic kingpin Oswald Cobblepot, better known as Penguin, flooded lawless Gotham and Blackgate with weapons.
Oh, well, he's kind of a jerk. Also, not in his, like... What happened to his eye? Oh, I don't know about that. Okay. Let's keep moving.
As always, Edward Nygma forced Batman to participate in his riddles, even capturing Batman's sometime ally Catwoman as incentive.
Hey, Waller, we're at the exit. Are you gonna spring
Ah, shit! It's a ghost!
Are the spirits of your ancestors typically digital?
What's she doing now? Trying to give us the brain spasms?
She cracked the lock. Thank you, strange holographic girl.
Guys, ghosts are real.
You ate a lot of lead paint growing up, didn't you, Boomerang?
Yeah? And? Let's get back to the hall before Waller turns out.
That was a great pause. That was a good pause.
Or we could go on the Batman experience again.
Be good.
Leaping to new heights!
Come on, guys. This door ain't gonna open itself. Huh. Follow that green beam. You'll find lanterns set up in some bullshit-ass construct castle.
You jealous, Deadshot? You sound jealous.
Lantern's fortress is very impressive, but our orders are to return to the Hall of Justice, not marvel at his powers.
Tactical retreat.
I believe this is a window in reality itself. Sounds like a new target. The desire to stick my head out is intense.
the opening ceremony.
You think I'd miss a chance to see Superman cut the ribbon with his eyes?
You're right. I keep forgetting you're a bigger fan than I am.
Everyone should be a big fan. When people think Metropolis, they think Superman. And
Wait. What is that? Thunder? It better not rain on the parade.
Oh, and is that when all the robots came in?
Hall,
That's rude.
everybody.
Wallers,
Reprioritizing targets.
No, wait.
Their taste is sour.
I want to see what Lee has in their secret room.
Feels good to be an apex predator.
Good point. Still. Failed it.
Targeting another one.
I'm the eye in the sky.
I am a frozen fish.
New target selected.
There's one thing that a lot of times action adventure games do that this game does too.
You and the real Deadshot a double act or something? Mistaken identity, hey?
That really
What's
bugs
the
me,
deal?
and I think it's really messing with my enjoyment of the combat.
With these size 11s up your narrow ass.
And that is,
That means it's embarrassing, yeah?
you have to hold down. Shut up! Oh my god. Okay.
Special.
Yeah. Thanks, Quinn.
And probably involves long-lost twins of another race.
Okay. So here's the thing. In a game like this, it's already really fast. It's quick. It's snappy. In fact, with this knock-up mechanic, you're instantly and constantly changing point of view. So the thing here is that they have melee as your left click, but right click has to be held down for the gun, which is a big part of the game.
I have
The
never
problem
taken a human hostage.
is that when you do that in combat, it zooms in.
A drag, actually.
And this means you're constantly zooming in when you don't mean to. You're just trying to fire your gun. And that mixed with like the shooting of the combat's very chaotic. It's very chaotic. It doesn't feel, and maybe this character, maybe it's different with others, but it doesn't feel, it just feels like a lot. It feels like a lot.
I say we get to the hall.
Like there's too much perspective changing going on for how much and how quickly enemies
Waller don't
die.
seem like the type to let us just hide out.
Oh, she is not.
Ah, Waller can bite me. Bigger Harkness is his own man.
I feel like they should have made it so right click doesn't adjust the FOV or perspective at all, and a separate button then zoomed in and out. And I think that would have helped so much. Also, if you're going to have auto aim on knockup, then go into third person and then just have the guy hold the gun up and keep the perspective the same, and everything would feel so much smoother.
You assume because humans wear shark teeth.
People are asking for FOV options. This has nothing to do with FOV.
Look, buddy, I'm just trying to unload these teeth.
This is design decisions. At least we're judging the game and not endless amounts of bugs. No, hey, okay. As we're coming to the end of this, with my 2 hours of this, let me give some quick overall thoughts here. This game is in a lot better state than I was led to believe. At least the first 2 hours of it are.
As if I knew every one of Waller's minions.
Yeah.
Collecting oddities is what she does.
And I bet you're the oddest of the bunch, eh, freak show?
I mean, I got to admit, like, the graphics look pretty good. It's running pretty well. We did have a little bit of a hitch up getting the very first shaders to optimize, but the banter and the dialogue has been pretty good. I mean, I think if you're a fan of this kind of comedy, like, there's been more than a few times in this 2 hours that I have like laughed out loud over things that are said.
So much for getting some new fan club members.
The gameplay does
I would like
feel
to be in a fan club.
with how fast things die, the enemy feels a little, or the combat feels a little chaotic, which I'm not a big fan of.
Not specify it was your head club.
Like, I feel they should have worked a lot better in showcasing the combat instead of putting you, like, in the forefront of all the perspective changes. But no, man, I mean, this is...
And now we wait.
Yeah.
I am curious about the inner sanctum, but our orders are clear.
The combat's fast for you since you're using an OP weapon. Well, even at the beginning, it felt really quick. So, can I show the graphic settings? Sure. So we're currently on everything on high, which is the highest it can go. We don't have ray tracing on, though. That's weird. You can turn on ray tracing, but there's no ray tracing options. RFO view is default to 90, which is fine. The motion blur was on, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of motion blur. Oh, we'll do that later.
My advance is inevitable!
Man, my dogs are really barking after all the running and screaming.
Man, the League's gotta have something behind that door to help us get out from under Waller.
Long exertion grunt.
Yeah, work those back muscles.
Roar of frustration.
Settle down, mate. This job calls for finesse. Maybe a little sleight of hand. Touch the bone bit.
This entire time.
Be cool, be cool.
Oh,
we can rip his arms off after we get in there.
Got any other Flash body parts we should know about?
Just the fastest thumb in the West.
Okay, that was pretty good.
After that gross-ass detour, we're back in business.
All right, let's steal this shit.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for the fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Quick shout out and a final thank you to WB for sponsoring the stream today. This has been Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. You can find more information in the pinned chat at the top of chat or in the Suicide Squad command. And yeah. Like I said earlier, and I'll say it again. I feel like there are times when it is... I feel like there's a time when kind of gamers get together as a whole and kind of pre-decide how a game is before it's come out. And there's all sorts of tomfoolery that leads to that. But I have to admit, from following this game, one of the reasons I accepted this sponsorship was because I was going to be able to play with Dan Sacriel and meet this awesome new person named Chelsea Bites, who I'd never played with. And that's pretty much the reason I expected the sponsorship, because the game, as a non-Marvel DC fan, the game looked okay, but not really in my wheelhouse. But I was like, cool, let me do it. So today, when I found out I was going to be playing solo, I was like, oh, you know, I'll still try it out. But with what I've kind of heard the vibe is, you know, we'll see how it is. Now that I played it for 2 hours, I got to say this. This game is in a lot better state and was far more enjoyable than everything I've read about would have led me to believe. I think it felt fine. I think it looked good. I thought, now granted, I only played the tutorial section, which is like the first 2 hours, but it felt fine. I think if I was into the Marvel DC world, I think it'd be fine. I mean, it certainly isn't I mean, I was kind of expecting like a train wreck in a lot of ways but again, you know, how can you think differently of anything you read on social media? But I got to admit, like, it was fine, dude. Like, it's the kind of thing where if other streamers were like, hey, do you just want to jump in and play this game? I'd probably be like, sure, fine. I will say the combat felt very chaotic, I think is a word, but just there's so much perspective switching going on that it became a little fatiguing at times. I think they really could have done a better job with that. especially considering like it's a really quick, relatively snappy combat, which I thought was like it feels good, but it doesn't look good. And I don't mean graphically. I mean it doesn't look good because there's so much going on and things go around so quickly. By the time you're enjoying one thing or scene, you're already halfway through the next one. So granted, I was using a weapon that was really strong. I still felt that way in like the tutorial section as well. So not really sure how that is. Now, unfortunately, I can't comment too much on like the mission structure, you know, itemization, stuff like that. We didn't get to that in the sponsored portion. But again, like from what I played, yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It was fine. It's certainly a lot better than I was thinking. So yeah, cool. There's some good stuff in here. And I gotta say, shout out to some of the people that wrote some of those lines, because for me, that was kind of the best part. There were a couple one-liners in there that were actually hilarious, that were actually really funny. So that was yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. That was a pleasant surprise. Not sure what our plans are for this game. A lot of times I end a sponsored stream and I'm like, that's all I'm gonna play of it, or I'm done with that, or that was enough of that. But I don't know, dude. If I had less games to play, and I might, depending on, you know, what's coming up in the next week or so, but there's a chance we'll return to this. I don't know if we're going to finish it, but we may return to it. Kind of see where it goes. See, you know, see if it keeps up that quality quipping that I liked at the beginning, for sure. But yeah, regardless of what I think of it, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I hope you do click that link and check it out, as again, it does really help support me. And I will see you guys later for more fun and games. So as always, thanks for your time. Thank you for being here. And I will see you guys tonight for most likely some Enshrouded. Tomorrow for probably, I'm guessing some more Yakuza and probably Baldur's Gate 3 and all that fun stuff. But you know what? We'll see where it goes. Have a great one. Thanks for being here.